Hey guys, Brandy here, and I am very happy to be recording this video right now. Thank you for your patience. I know I've been saying that I was going to do this, but I finally sat down and got my thoughts together, and I'm going to give you this video. Congratulations to you if you are maybe getting started with microdosing or thinking about microdosing or trying to wrap your brain around what this thing is. It's so popular right now. All of these GLP-1 agonists are so popular, and there's so many of them out there on the market. So what I want to encourage you to do is educate yourself about this so that you can be in control of your health and use these very powerful peptides for your advantage, not to just make a quick fix. That these peptides are so powerful and they can help you in so many ways. There are multiple studies out there right now just saying all the benefits of it. But again, there is kind of a special way to do it. And I think right now there's so many people out there, there's a lot of media out there that is showing people like the wrong way to look at it. So my goal is that you can get educated about this and then really feel empowered to take yourself on your health journey. And I know that if you start using these peptides the way that's most advantageous, you will absolutely see an amazing difference in your health and your experience. So before I go forward, though, I do want to say that I don't want any of this to be taken as medical advice. I am simply a health and wellness enthusiast. I do have a background in holistic health, but in no way am I a practitioner or a doctor or a medical advisor in any way. So this is simply education. And I would just love for you to be able to start educating yourself as well, to be able to take yourself down this journey. It's going to be a whole number of things that create the synergy for you to make true lifestyle change. So let's talk about the metabolic regen that you have right now. Maybe you have it in your hand, maybe you're already taking it, or maybe somebody told you about it. The metabolic regen is actually a GLP-1 agonist. It's tirzepatide, and it is a peptide that can specifically help you reduce inflammation in your body. So that's the first thing I want you to think. I want you to focus on reducing inflammation, because high levels of inflammation mean higher chances of disease. And high levels of inflammation means you're more prone towards storing fat. Higher levels of inflammation means you're more prone towards retaining water. Higher levels of inflammation means you're more prone towards getting neurological illnesses and so many other illnesses. So ultimately, we want to reduce inflammation. And this metabolic regen peptide that you have will absolutely help you do that. And there are proven clinical studies proven that these GLP-1 agonists, which is what you have, can literally reduce inflammation in your body. Now, that being said, let's address the elephant in the room. There are many people out there that are on these GLP-1 agonists that are specifically focusing on just, you got it, weight loss. Like they're taking it, all they want to do is take a shot for weight loss because they heard that it can make them lose weight, or maybe, their doctor told them that they could use it to lose weight, and they know a friend that's taking it that's dropped weight. And yes, these GLP-1s can definitely help you lose weight, but I don't want you going into the journey focusing on weight. Of course, we all want to lose weight, but no, I want you to go in understanding that these peptides can really help with so many other things in the body. And actually, if we address those things first, then the weight will naturally come off. And the chances of you keeping the weight off is much higher. Because the truth is, in the studies, it shows that a big amount, like a majority of the people that went through the studies, yeah, they took off all this weight. But after they took off the weight, they gained it all back. It could be for a number of different reasons, but the way I see it, number one reason is going to be lack of education. Because people went into a study, they took an injection, the injection worked to take off the weight, but when they stopped taking it, they put the weight back because maybe there was not much education around it. And I also think it was because of them just focusing on weight. But let's not focus on why that's the case. Let's just use that as a signal to us that if you use it to take off the weight eventually, we want to make sure that that weight stays off. So all the other pieces have to be in place. And the great thing about being on this peptide is that it can buy you some time. We're going to go really slow and low to start figuring things out, to start making some changes around it, so that when you do take the weight off, you can feel empowered and you can be like, wow, I have this amazing tool that helped me. I feel great. I'm making changes. I'm understanding why my body got here and how to keep my body on this new course that I'm going on. That being said, you have your metabolic regen. Something I do want to tell you there are numbers and numbers of studies out there right now for GLP-1s, cardiovascular benefits, kidney benefits, lessening chances of stroke, neurological benefits, like tons of benefits around mental state. I mean, just so many. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of those here. And there are a lot of like YouTube videos too for people who are biohackers who do podcasts all around it that talk about the benefits of it. But just know that there are tons of benefits around this, tons that go beyond just weight loss. So I want you to be able to experience those things. And hopefully when you start to feel empowered, then it's like you feel good. And when you feel good, you make better choices and you feel like you can go down that better path. And one more thing, there is something about neuroplasticity that they talk about happens when you're on this peptide. What that means is that our rigid thinking in our brain, it becomes a little bit more malleable. So it's almost like when you're on this peptide, you can start to try to work with your patternings, like work with the programmings in your head. Like, I want to eat this, I shouldn't eat this, but I'm going to eat this. Or, I want to act, I know I should be a certain way. I want to be a certain way, but I don't follow what I want to be. Like anything around those types of like locked in patterns that are in your head, you can change them because there is a bit of neuroplasticity that happens when you take this peptide. And then something I do want to mention also is that there's actually studies around taking this peptide for people who are addicted to things like alcohol, nicotine, even drug abuse. So, when you think about the way we want to eat food, sometimes it's almost like an addiction, right? So just know that there are tons of studies. You can look it up online. They're all online and it's really awesome. So what I want to do right now is just give you some tips to kind of help you get started if you're starting on this and do it the right way. So number one, if you were to go to a doctor and try to get a prescription for this, the doctor is generally going to start you at one specific dose. Now that dose is the same for everyone. It's like the starting dose. So already it's like, one fit for all when that's not even the case, right? As human beings, but that's just how it is. So it is what it is. When you go into a doctor, you're going to get a starting dose. Now I'm going to tell you something. The starting dose that the doctor gives you, I keep saying this because maybe it's like this much of a syringe. Let's say the starting dose is this much. Like when you hear people talk about microdosing GLPs, we're talking like this much, like this much, like this much compared to this much. So you just want to go low and slow, like literally microdosing, not even like half the dose. We're talking like low and slow, give yourself a little touch of it, see how you feel, and then keep on titrating up. So you're going to go low and slow. The second thing is, as I mentioned, is I don't want you to look at this like it's weight loss. I know it's hard not to look at it like that, but I want you to go in thinking like this is the start of your new health journey. And your new health journey is going to be about you figuring out what works for your body and bring yourself back to like self-care and taking care of you. And when you take this peptide, it's going to like let you bide the time to do those things because you're going to start to feel better. I want you to start recognizing the changes that are happening, and I want you to journal them. I want you to journal your experiences so you can see how you feel. So like your pain, if you experience pain on a 10, like where are you now? Are you at an 8? Are you at a 7? What about anxiety, feeling stressed out, depression, mentally? How are you feeling? Like, I want you to ask yourself those questions. And this may be even difficult for you because maybe you're so busy taking care of everybody else that you don't even give yourself time to even think in these terms. But guess what? If you're starting this protocol, then you're doing something for yourself. So you got to journal this down and write it down. Now, the third thing I want to mention is lifestyle habits. So you do have to change your lifestyle. This is not going to be like, oh, you just take the shot and it's so easy. Like that's where everybody gets in trouble. They drop the weight and eventually they put it back on. You're going to use this peptide as an opportunity for you to start implementing lifestyle change because you're going to feel better. It's not going to be like before where you try to make the change, but you just can't because it's too hard. And, you diet for a week, you see no results and you're like, really, why do I need to be doing this? It's going to be different. Like you're going to start feeling better. So while you start feeling better, you got to start making those lifestyle changes. So the 3 or 4 things, maybe the first thing is increasing water. You have to make sure that you stay hydrated when you're on this. Now, you're going to be doing microdosing, so small that you're not going to lose your taste for water. But when you go to the doctor and the people get on the shot with the doctor's amount, those people, their appetites are crushed. Their desire for water is gone. They don't want to eat or drink anything. So like, you are not trying to get yourself into that state at all. Okay. You don't want to be in that state. It's not necessary. So you don't have to take yourself there. The goal is that you're taking it and you're still able to eat food and drink water. Okay. So we hopefully never have to be in that state. But anytime you hear others people talk about it, it's because they're taking those full doses. But the point is, I still need you to drink water. You still have to drink water. Another thing is consuming protein. Protein is really important to protect your muscle. And then the third thing is like, stop eating crap, like stop eating ultra processed foods. I know this is very difficult to do, but I promise you, when you're on this thing, you will have an opportunity to make those better choices and it'll feel easier than it ever has. So try to limit the crap. Try to limit the processed foods. Now, number 4 is taking supplements. I am going to do another video on taking supplements, but I'm just going to blast through this because I know I don't want this video to be too long. You got to throw your body a bone, like throw yourself a bone. You're going to take this peptide that's going to help reduce inflammation. It's going to do all the things that the studies say it does do, which is help the brain, help the heart, help the gut, help the blood sugar levels, help the kidneys, all those things. But our bodies are still busted. Like, chances are your body is still busted. Chances are your gut microbiome is messed up. Like, everything messes up our gut microbiome from being on this planet, from the stress, from alcohol, from caffeine, from processed foods, from high sugars, from refined carbohydrates, colors, foods, dyes, hydrogenated fats. Everything that we have been consuming for the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, 70 years contains things that will mess up our gut, including all of the prescription drugs that we've been prescribed. You need your gut microbiome to be healthy, and you need your gut microbiome for you to be happy and for you to be able to have a good metabolism. So yes, you're going to be taking this peptide, but it is also very smart to take other supplements. So number 1, digestive enzyme. I represent a company and I do have a digestive enzyme that you can purchase from me. And I will drop the link here below. If you want to make an account with me, awesome. If you have an account with me, awesome. And if you want to get it from somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. But I'll share with you the digestive enzyme that I use. Another thing is a probiotic. So a probiotic is for gut health. That's something that's very good too. So I'll drop the link there. Super simple. Take your digestive enzymes and you eat, and take a probiotic once a day, maybe before you go to bed. And I have another supplement that I absolutely love, and it works hand in hand with these peptides, especially if you want to lose weight. So that is called Curb. I have that link below too. It is a prebiotic. It's called Curb, and you can drink that. It's going to help create the gut microbiome for you to have more of these GLPs, so that it will work hand in hand with the peptide. And you're not taking a ton of the peptide, so it's just going to work hand in hand. I think that's great for you to have too. B12 supplements are really good too. So you can get B12 supplements anywhere. I will also link below the B12 that I use. I put it in water. I drink it up in the morning, and it gives me energy, and it gives me B12 and a whole bunch of other B. It's a B complex. And then I do want to say one thing. We do want to help the body along and assist it with elimination, slow gastric emptying. That's one of the things that happen when people take GLP-1s. Look, you're doing tiny bits, right? And you're getting your body acclimated to it. So it's not going to be as bad as some other people who take the massive doses where they get constipated. But I do want you to have a product called Mag07. It is one of my favorite products to help, move the bowels and move it quickly. Sometimes you just need one little tablet or 2 little capsules, and it's called Mag07. So I love supplements. The older we get, the less our body is producing the natural things we need. That's called aging. So I am a 1000% believer in supplementing the body. I mean, if we were perfect, we would not need to, but supplementing the body is good. Plus, we're never eating everything we need for our bodies to feel better and get nutrients. But these are the basic ones I would give you right now. I also have a collagen that I love that I take every single day. I think everybody should be on it, whether you're on this or not. I'll put the link to that below as well. But for now, a digestive enzyme when you eat, a probiotic every day. I love my prebiotic curb that helps with GLPs, B12 supplements, and something to help your bowels move. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And all of these are actually powders, the ones that I have, except for the digestive enzyme and the Mago 7. So 4 of them is actually powders. You put in water and you drink it up. Easy peasy. And the 5th thing is exercise. Women, it's not necessary right now. And again, you're doing micro doses. So don't feel too stressed out. If you can't exercise, don't exercise. But I do want to start talking about this. As women, we have to protect our muscle and our bones. And exercising, actually resistance training. I'm going to call it resistance training. If you're younger, we can call it weight training. Like my mom, she's 81 years old. She can't lift weights, but guess what she's wearing right now? She's wearing a weight vest. So we bought her a weight vest. She puts it on and she wears it she started at 5 minutes. And then every day we're going to start working her up. But having weight on the body, when you put weight on the bones, when you put weight on the muscles, you build muscle and your bones get stronger. And when you are on this, eventually when it does start helping you lose weight, you definitely have to protect your muscle. The older we get, women, our longevity is going to be determined on our muscle and our strength. So we want to keep that. We want to keep that in mind. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I hope this wasn't too long. I hope you got a lot of information from it. I will be doing more. If you want more videos, just comment that below. There should be a space below here where you can contact me. You can reach out to me. I'm excited for your journey. I'm excited that you're empowering yourself and you know, you can do it. You can do it. This is my first video. It will not be my last video. And if you need to contact me in any way, just reach out, text me, send me a text. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.